All right, hello. My name's Chris Daniels. I'm here with Justin Herring. We're going to be uh, finishing up our impact cycle to the best of our abilities due to the pandemic of COVID-19 and schools being shut down and digital learning days. We're going to work on our improved session. Justin, thank you
Yes, sir.
for coming on again. I know you've been busy. You got, I think your grad school's wrapping up also, right? And
Oh yeah.
IEP meetings and all kinds of stuff going on. So
Oh yeah. Busy times, man. Busy
I,
times.
I truly appreciate you carving out the time to stop and see me. So,
Yeah, no problem, man.
um, so just to remind people of what we've done so far with our first session, we were in school and we had watched one of Justin's classes, and we sat down and talked and discussed, and he had come up with a goal of some differentiation and grouping and some things like that, and we had kind of come up with a plan to try and get some stuff done, and then we walked out of our classrooms one day and we didn't go back, and so we have been doing digital stuff, so we kind of switched up the goals. We tried to keep the grouping thing together, but it's with the situation we're in, teaching from home and on the computers and stuff, it just we weren't really able to do much with it. So we did model Flipgrid, and I think you've tried to use some Flipgrid stuff, right?
Yeah. My co-teacher for Algebra 2, we used it last semester for performance exams. So that was kind of where we were. That's what I wanted to do for my performance exams this semester. So.
And so and once we get into it, we'll talk more about it. You did use it for performance this
Yep.
time, right? Okay, so
Uh-huh.
you've used it. All right. Well, basically, what this improved session is going to be about is going through a kind of a checklist of questions, and we'll talk through some things and see how you're doing with the whole Flipgrid. And obviously, we're not together, and we can't implement stuff as well as we'd like to with our students. So we'll kind of do the best we can to go through this.
Okay.
All right. So first off, let me ask. We don't have much time today because I know you've got stuff going on and stuff like that. So the time we do have, what do you think is the most important thing to talk about today?
I mean, just adapting to the digital learning stuff, man, and trying to utilize this Flipgrid and trying. I'm getting some good feedback from the kids, but you know, we need to just make sure that we're providing everything that we can for these kids, man, in this time. So Flipgrid's an excellent source, and running our e-class and all that stuff. So I mean, just basically talking about all the online work and getting the feedback from that. It's pretty much the only thing we
Okay.
can do.
Yeah. Anything on your mind about it specifically?
Well, have you used the grading in Flipgrid before? Because
Uh,
I've noticed it. I mean, obviously, I got to go into Synergy and put the grades in. But I was just curious if you have done any of the grading and what it looked like on the kids at the end. If you,
I I've given them feedback and said, hey, I like this. It's an A
oh, okay,
response or it's a B, but I haven't physically gone in and like typed in a grade.
oh, okay,
So
all
I
right. I
haven't
didn't know
really
what
done
the
that.
kids. Okay, I didn't know if the kids what they saw on that because I haven't seen like the student view. But I
Hmm.
see the little section that you can type. So that's kind of like just doing it on e-class then, right?
Yeah, they can see the feedback. I don't like to grade stuff outside of e-class or outside of our,
System.
because then I have to do double work because I have to go
Right.
into our
Okay.
grade book and not that
Right.
but I'm not going to do something that's going to take up
Right.
time. So
Sit there and grade it and then turn around and have to go put it. Nah, that
yeah,
makes sense.
so
I was
type up
just
the
curious
feedback and
because
then put the grade in is good. Go
I
ahead.
was
Sorry.
curious because I wanted to give the kids immediate feedback
Hmm.
because Synergy takes that 24 hours.
Yeah,
And I've
for
already
sure.
got kids that have sent it that it's like, hey, what I get. And so I was
Yeah.
like, let me just go in and put it on there so they see it. But I mean, I don't think they're going to double check it. I think once they send it, they're going to be done pretty
Yeah.
much. So,
Well,
okay.
now,
I was just curious about that.
once you look at it, you can record your own response. So maybe you could say, hey, this was good. I've done that for kids. I
Okay.
like this. It's going to be a solid grade or whatever. Or if you want to tell them their grade on the response, you can do that.
Oh, okay. All right. I saw that. I hadn't clicked around on it yet, but okay. Cool.
Okay.
All right.
All right. All right. So moving on to step 2, the review progress. So far, for the kind of the goal we had and the changing of the goal and
Mhm.
just the move to digital learning days, what's going well for you so far?
Kids' responses, man. I'm actually, the first week was really rocky. I think it
Hmm.
was really rocky across the whole school. I didn't think people would take it serious. The second week, a little bit more. And then, we had the spring break interrupting that. And then like lately we're in full mode. And I think the kids are finally getting it. I'm finally calmed down. I'm not stressing as much. I've got a platform I'm sticking to. And I think that was the first week. The hardest part was everybody with their suggestions on what to do. And it was just too much.
Yeah. All those resources they're throwing at us.
My gosh. Yeah. So I think now finally, the kids know what to expect. It's like clockwork when I set up my lessons now, and they're getting so good that with Flipgrid, even though that we've never used it, I just assigned it today and I'm already getting feedback. Like we're finally in a good spot for this digital stuff.
Yeah. Okay. That's good to hear. What are you seeing that shows the strategy is successful? You kind of just said that, but
well, same thing. Yeah, like I've only graded a couple of them, but the fact that my performance exam's not due until tomorrow at midnight, and I just updated it. I have 5 or 6 people that they're not shying away from it. There's no excuses. So I think the data shows like the fact that I'm putting up something that's not due till tomorrow and they're already knocking it out. And the fact that I could put the restriction that, guys, this has got to be from 3 to 5. If that's all they got to do for math today is a 5-minute video, they're knocking that out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the data's right there is that they're completing it. It's going to be good work because they get to work out the problem. And, I've had some people remind 101 me if they had questions about it. But I mean, it's going good because they are willing to do it. They're reaching out to me. And these are some kids that would usually sit in the desk and not say a word to me all year. And they're sending me emails and reminds. And I mean, that's the data. The feedback that I'm getting and the encouragement and the participation is obviously here. So the platform that I've chosen, this Flipgrid, and all, it's working.
Okay, that's good. I always like the fact that when we're in this situation, we hear from more students. It feels like you got the kids that sit back in the corner that don't say anything because they're shy or they're embarrassed or where it might be. But now they're more willing to discuss if they're typing out their thoughts and things like that. So I like that. So that's good.
Those introverts are in their elements, man.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That's what it is.
I'm one of those. All right. So what progress has been made toward the goal? So like I said, we did kind of change up the goal, and we're using Flipgrid. So you're obviously using it. So it looks like or sounds like we're making some progress there.
Yeah, and I'm getting more familiar with it. And I know we were kind of talking about it at the beginning, but just it's very user friendly. I even got the app on my phone, and I could grade this stuff from my phone in minutes. Like it's just very user friendly resource. So, I mean, I actually may grade a couple of these things, get away from this computer for a little bit, man. Sit on my couch, and just watch some Flipgrid and get it done.
Exactly. All right. So, what did you learn? Obviously, you're learning how to use Flipgrid. Anything specific about it, or?
Oh, well, I mean, you just taught me something new about like doing the videos and the responses. I do like how I can change. I didn't want, not for this go round, just because of the special circumstances, but like I didn't want kids to see other students' videos. I think that's more of it would be a great discussion to do in class. I know we talked about having like we could set a video up and then I could make a discussion post on my e-class, but I think I'm going to do that's more of a in class so I can talk about and teach as opposed to just put. So just learning about all kinds of stuff like that, man. And the kids obviously I don't know if they use it in their other classes, but the fact that the videos that I have seen and viewed, they're flawless, man. It's easy to go from your iPhone or whatever phone you got into the Flipgrid program. You don't have to have Flipgrid up. You can take the video from your camera roll. And just little things like that I had no clue about. I mean, so I'm learning something every time I get on there and click it, man. I learn something different.
Okay. Anything surprise you?
Again, just how user friendly it is. I had a lot of students that like I do Delta math, and a lot of them are like, oh, I don't know how to log in. I changed my password. I haven't had one complaint. It's just it's something new, and I thought, especially my freshmen, oh God, we've never done Flipgrid. I was like, man, this is gonna be. But no, I'm getting all positive feedback, and that just it really shocks me. But they're rolling with it, man. They're being rock stars.
Okay. Any roadblocks you've run into with it?
Not yet. I'm sure there'll be some settings because there's a lot of setting. Like it's crazy how deep this thing goes. And I
Yeah.
noticed a bunch of like these mixtapes and these grid pals and disco library. I mean that kind of get a little overwhelming, but it's
Yeah.
just something I'm gonna have to play with. It's a new toy. I haven't learned all the tricks to it yet.
Yeah. It's always best to just get in. Sometimes just play with stuff to
Yeah.
make yourself familiar with it. So.
100%.
All right. All right. So now we're going to move on to step 3, which is invent improvements. And so, first up, do you think you want to keep using the strategy kind of as it is? And once again, just to reiterate, we had the grouping thing, we moved it to within Flipgrid. So is that something you kind of still want to stick with, or?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I really do like this. I think it's good for the kids to have confidence of hearing themselves explain their own work. We're in the age now where like testing's such a big deal, high stakes testing, and everything is
Mhm.
explain your answer or why. And it's good to have them talk their thought process out. And so I mean this is good for them just as much as it is easy for me to grade a performance exam. It's good for them to reiterate themselves. So I would absolutely use this next year and next
Okay.
semester.
Okay. So the next question was, do you want to revisit how you're using the teaching strategy? So is there anything you want to revisit about how you're using it? I know you're using it for performance finals right now, but is there anything you want to switch up for when you use it in a kind of a regular semester?
Um, as far as about how I would use it, I really am a fan of doing the discussions with it. But that's just something I'll have to practice, see what
Yeah.
goes right, see what goes wrong,
Yeah.
tweak it. But it's just kind of like putting my twist on things with Flipgrid, and whatever the situation, it's hard to kind of tell where it's going to be because every class is different. Every
Yeah.
year you get a new need. Somebody
Mm.
needs something extra, and so this could be something I could do a lesson on, and they go watch my lessons for that day. And who knows, man, our schedules may turn into next year. All Fridays will be digital learning days.
Yeah.
And then there you go, Flipgrid weekly
Hmm.
basis. So I'm definitely going to use it. And I'll just have to tweak it to whatever I need.
Okay. So I guess we want to stick with. You don't want to choose a new strategy. We want to stick with this,
No,
right?
no, we're sticking with this.
Okay. Do you want to change the way we measure progress towards the goal, or do you feel pretty
No,
good about?
yeah, I think we're doing fine. I mean, just getting the participation in.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And so you don't want to change the goal then, I'm assuming, right?
Nope.
We're good there. All
Everything's
right. So
good.
that's
Yeah.
good. All right. So last step is to plan the next actions. And this is kind of strange for us since you're not going to be seeing each other for a while after this. We'll still talk, obviously, and things like that. So when should we meet again? I was thinking maybe during post planning, we could either get on the computer, or maybe when we go in and clean out our rooms, maybe we can social distance and talk then, maybe.
Yeah. No,
Is that
that's
good?
fine. Post planning will be good. I mean, right now with the finals and everything coming up, it's going to be these next few weeks are going to be rocky for us, man. We don't know what we're going to get from the board, so we might
Yeah.
as well just and we'll let everything flow through and let's get all the data from there, and we can meet post planning for sure and
Okay.
hold one of these meetings if we need to.
All right. So this next question is kind of for both of us a little bit. What tasks have to be done before we meet? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be creating a checklist for us to kind of go through of our progress towards the goal and things like that. So when we meet during that post planning, we can kind of talk about that.
Okay.
As far as we'll go through that checklist and bring any data that you have that we can look at your Flipgrid stuff. So
Okay.
when will those tasks be done? I'm trying to get them done. Probably, I'm going to get my checklist made and sent to you within the next few days. I know your assignment's due tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
so I'll probably have it to you by Monday. So
Okay.
we can take a look at that. Who will do them? Well, I'll do a lot of it, and then we'll collaborate on it.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
and
Sounds good.
finally, on a scale of 1 to 5, how committed do you think you are to this goal?
Oh, right now 5. I'm like a kid on Christmas with a new toy, man. I'm all about it right now. I love it. I love E-class has been good because I used to hate E-class. Flipgrid's been awesome. Delta Math's been awesome, man. I'm getting all these things in my teaching arsenal,
Mm-hmm.
and so I mean I'm a 5, man. I'm a fan of new technology. If the kids are adjusting to it and they like it, I'm in. I'm all in, man.
Well, that's great. Well, Justin, once again, I sure do appreciate you and taking the time once again out of your schedule to stop by and talk with me.
Mhm.
I hope you and your family stay safe during this time, and let's get this semester knocked out, and we'll meet up
Yes,
and talk.
sir. Sounds good, man. Thank you.
All right, man. I'm gonna stop recording now.
All right.